Oh, well, I woke up and had my coffee this morning, and when I opened Twitter, I saw this. I guess things are evolving quickly. Well, here we are, Star Wars movie with Daisy Ridley loses screenwriter Stephen Knight. Now, if you don't know who Stephen Knight is, he was the writer for Peaky Blinders and some other projects. And actually, as a result of talking about this last time, a number of you recommended and said, I should watch Peaky Blinders. And I have. I've watched all the way through, I think, 4 seasons now, or almost done with the 4th season. He's a good writer. The show is interesting. The character development is really good. And for Star Wars to lose someone like this is a big deal. Now, it's been reported before that Stephen Knight had put in scripts that were rejected by Kathleen Kennedy and needed a lot of work to be done on them. And I'll tell you right now, as anyone who's understands the creation process, once you put your heart and your soul and your effort into something and someone just says, nope, change all of it, go back to the beginning, man, that's hard. Like, how do you still work with that person? How do you still head in that same direction if your view of the thing that they had hired you to do is so far off that they tell you to start again? So I don't think this should be a surprise, but just days after Daisy Ridley has been quoted with like the first news we've actually gotten about this show, we get this. Is this what she meant? Things are evolving? That things are changing? Are they actually, they don't even have a script yet. Let's see what this Variety article has to say as we take a look. There's another disturbance in the Force. Screenwriter Stephen Knight has departed the Star Wars movie set to follow Daisy Ridley's Rey after the events of 2019 Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. In March 2023, Variety exclusively reported, oh, they gotta throw that in there, Knight had signed onto the project, replacing the original screenwriter, so he's not even the first, that Damon Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson. Lucasfilm is actively talking with potential writers to take on the story, which has been said to chronicle Rey's efforts to start New Jedi Academy, but the delay likely means production won't start until at least 2025. Tremaine Obaid-Chinoy is still attached to direct the film.
I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
Which would be her feature debut. That doesn't seem great. She previously directed episodes of Disney Plus Marvel after twice winning the Oscar for Best Documentary Short Film while discussing her latest documentary about the designer Dave von Furstenberg, which premiered on Hulu in June. Obaid-Chinoy told Variety that the Star Wars story that interests me most is in Rey's journey as a female Jedi. That's how I can best bring my experiences to it. We don't even have a script. It's silly. Knight, meanwhile, has been a prolific creative force in film and TV, writing the screenplay for the upcoming Maria Callas biopic Maria with Angelina Jolie and a feature film adaptation of his popular BBC series Peaky Blinders with Cillian Murphy. Killian. It's Killian. I don't know words. Why do I read these out loud? Disney has slated 2 more Star Wars films for December 2026 and December 2027, but has not yet confirmed their titles. So we've also heard news that the James Mangold, the Dawn of the Jedi James Mangold movie is going to be starting pretty soon. And I'm wondering if these are going to flip-flop and we're not going to see the Rey movie until 2027 because of all of this. We'll see. It'll be interesting. I have a feeling that this was mutual, that this wasn't Disney firing Stephen Knight, but as much Stephen Knight saying this isn't working and Disney going, I agree, this isn't working, we're going to find someone else. At what point, though, when you can't find a writer and you're on like your 3rd go around, at what point do you realize that maybe the problem isn't the writers? Maybe the problem is actually you. Maybe the problem is the way that Disney wants to do things. And so I think the longer that this goes, the less of a chance it has of happening. I think Daisy Ridley's comments were actually trying to be proactive, knowing that this news was going to be coming out. So she says this first, and then as a result, she's like, well, there's things that are evolving, things that are changing. There's still hope. Don't let go. But man, this is not good for the film. Even if you didn't want this to come out, you can at least agree that this just is not good for Star Wars in general. Whenever you're losing a screenwriter like Stephen Knight, who is an accomplished writer who can do really good things, and he's saying no, who's next? Who is going to actually want to write for Disney? No one who has any actual good ideas, because they don't want to put their ideas out there and then just be told to rewrite the whole thing. At this point, I have a feeling Kathleen Kennedy might end up being the writer, because that's who's going to be controlling the whole thing anyway. I don't know. Tell me what you think down below. This is some interesting news to start the day. We'll see how things go. We'll see if there's any more information as to who the next writer will be, or is this the last news we're going to hear for a while, maybe even until April when we have Star Wars Celebration. Will they even have anything to tell us by then? I don't know. Who knows? Don't forget to like the video. I'll see you in the next one.